Hello and welcome back to another review here at Total Toy Recon. My name is Bob, and I today will be reviewing Paz Vizsla from the Mandalorian. Again, you can't turn down a bargain. So I'd like to go on the record and saying, yes, I bought this at Walmart. Yes, I paid $6.75 for it. I loved how I saved $5.25. So this puppy was marked down. Now, as you can see, yeah, I think Paz kind of got thrown through the ringer. Was he like an order that was returned, like an online order? Was he hidden and somebody found him? Did he fall behind in the back in the warehouse somewhere and finally somebody found him, threw him out on the floor, he didn't sell, and they moved him right to clearance? God only knows. But for $6.75, I'm going to want a Star Wars Black Series for $6.75. Maybe not if it was Finn or Rose Tico, because God knows I have at least 2 Rose Ticos. So, yeah, that didn't really happen. So I decided to not walk away from this great offer. And I thought, hey, yeah, I'm picking him up. So I will also go on record in saying I did get this really cool sticker that was right next to him for $2. Yes, this is the way. I think that's for my car. I'm not sure. Or it could be for my computer. But we are going to open up Paz Vizsla. I have always wanted this figure. I hunted for this bad boy forever when he was only at Best Buy for a brief time. And I'm glad that I actually got him today. And if you can believe it, this is my second Paz Vizsla figure that I have. And I will show you the first, and you can watch that full review of him after this is over, because I will link it out. So here, let's get him out of what is supposedly his package. So, love the artwork. You know, yes, he's a slightly bigger figure, so we had a slightly larger increase in price. I really wish that Hasbro just wouldn't have gotten greedy with this line. You know, and started making, you know, slightly bigger packages, meant more money. But I'm glad that this was the return of the open package. So let's get him out of here. And, you know, sorry to say, Paz, but this is going straight in the trash. I've also noticed that I've been going through and I found a bunch of Black Series. And if you go to my Instagram account, I found some that were like Toys R Us exclusives. And I thought, oh man, these are probably worth something now. They're worth less than what I paid for them, especially with the 2 that I got. They were Canadian only for a time. And I think they're also on the Disney store down in Florida. So it was very frustrating. I thought they'd go up in price. They never did. They actually went down. I'm going to get Paz out of here. And then we're going to get his very big machine gun out of here. I'm always shy on just taking stuff out of the plastic coffin, as you never know how entrenched it really is going to be. All right, so let's do a figure. Let's look at the figure here real quick. So, love the details. I think he's not as bruised as I thought he would be. Really good arm strength and stuff here. I love the flamethrower thing that we've got going on here. I thought he'd have more color. I didn't think he'd be more blue, but he really is. Love the cloth back here. Nice touch. Really nice touch, actually. He's a little bit lighter than I thought he would be in relation to, like, they feel about the same weight. Now, I know I don't have on the, I don't have on the rocket pack yet, but this is a Star Wars Black Series archive Boba Fett, which I thought would be good for Mandalorian, comparisons. Also to show you how much bigger he is. So we will get him going. And then really, I thought there'd be a little bit more to the backpack here. So we put the backpack on back here. And then we will connect this to this here. And, I kind of like that it all came apart because, usually you'd get stuff like this and it would be very, very like all connected, and then it just wouldn't have any mobility. It'd be very rigid. All right. So yeah, that's interesting. All right. Actually, that actually looks quite decent. So get this out of here. So, I think my biggest takeaway is I expected more battle damage and more colors. I didn't realize Paz Vizsla was so blue and yellow. We got a little bit of red here, but I love that we have the Mandalorian logo here, and I do love these damages here. I just expect a lot more battle scarring, and he doesn't. I mean, it's dirty here, which is nice. I like this too, and I like the dirt. It just doesn't feel as lived in as like this guy is. And actually, he kind of looks almost brand new compared to him. But I mean, still a decent figure as figures go. Just expected maybe a little bit more for him and his size. So we're going to do a size comparison here. So there's Paz and there's Boba, and he's a little bit bigger. Now, granted, I have him hunched over. I mean, he's a little bit bigger. A little bit there. So let's get him out of there. Kind of give you, here's a 375 Mando. Kind of gives you some scale there. And then we're going to, this is fun. So if you want to check this guy out, I just reviewed him. Here's a little Indiana Jones next to Paz. Not really standing as well as I'd like him to, but it gives you an idea of some scale and some scope. So I did say that I had one more Paz that I had reviewed in my collection. And this review is up. You can watch this right away. And I won't get out all the little details because I want you to check out the review. But I am feeling along the same lines as this guy here. And this is part of the Epic Hero Series line. You know, he's up there. He's big. Jetpack's a little bit bigger. And obviously, you know, they're playing to the kid angle of this and everything. But, you know, both, you know, not looked in as lived in as I thought they would. I thought they'd look more lived in. That's always Star Wars to me, is everything looks very much like it's part of a universe. It's bigger than what it is. But I mean, for $6.25, I think I nailed it on the sale. When I was hunting for him way back when, looking for him over and over and over again, day after day, probably would have been a little more disappointed. Today, it's cool. I'm glad I got him. He's a badass figure. But expected maybe a little bit more. So that's my honest opinion. This is Bob from Total Toy Recon. Thanks for tuning in. Please check out my Instagram. Doing all kinds of archival posts right now as I'm cleaning out the archives, aka my basement, and working to bring you guys more stuff, more reviews, and a steadier flow of reviews on my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. Have a good night.